Today, I want to talk about how I would start affiliate marketing today to earn a living with it as a business model for myself. Now, for those of you just tuning into my channel, I've been doing affiliate marketing for 23 years plus. I actually quit a full-time corporate government job in 2015 to pursue it full-time. And now I currently work from my home as an affiliate marketer full-time. So now I'm getting a lot of people that I coach who are wondering where to begin. What would I do if I had to start from absolutely zero and maybe even a few $100 to my name? That's what we're going to talk about today, and how I would go from that to where I'm at now, where I can live my life to my own rules. I'm my own boss. I work from home. I can go and do whatever I want, and my affiliate campaigns are constantly running while I'm sleeping sometimes, okay? So that's what we're going to cover today, and let's get started. Okay, so welcome, and what we'll do is we will go into my computer shortly here. I'm going to try and do this video today without any edits, so that's my new style here to try and speed things up, but it will be a long video, so you will need a pen and paper if you want to follow along and understand what I'm going to be doing to set up my new affiliate marketing business from scratch, okay? We're going to cover some of the most important topics. I have some notes here in front of me, so when I look down, I'm going to be looking at my own notes, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to show you resources. I'm going to show you the things that I would be using to build my business and some of the communities that we can look at, some of the information and all of the different strategies. Now, we're going to be talking, just to clear the way here, we're going to be talking about a low-cost system here to get started. In fact, we're even going to be talking about free traffic methods, and eventually we will cover paid traffic. We're going to talk about AI, automation, and things like that. Okay, so if you like that kind of content, make sure you give me a thumbs up or like the video. Comment, if you will, throughout. If you have questions and comments about what I'm covering today, feel free to comment and provide those questions, okay? So the first thing I want to talk about, step one, is having the right mindset. Now, luckily for me, I've got 23 years of experience, so my mindset has been trained over those 23 years to understand what affiliate marketing actually is. You see, because a lot of people come into affiliate marketing with the wrong mindset. They might think it's a get-rich-quick scheme. They think it's a scam. A lot of people say, oh, this is a scam. You know, every guy out there is promoting a course, or they're promoting something. They're not even doing affiliate marketing. And so that kind of sets you up for failure when you have the wrong mindset, because typically we need to understand that affiliate marketing is a real legitimate business model. We are simply selling products or getting leads for companies by generating traffic to a website or an email list or whatever it is, and we are generating traffic to those affiliate offers, okay? And that's a business model that will be around forever. It's been around since the start of the internet. In fact, it was around before the internet even existed. People sold other companies' products as salespeople, and that was basically being an affiliate for that company by selling products and getting leads and whatever else, okay? I just want to clear that, make that clear, I guess, right away, that we are talking about a legitimate business model, and get that into your brain that you are setting up a legitimate business. So you can't be lazy. You need to take action, and you need to learn the business model itself, okay? So another thing we need to have is patience for our mindset, because if we are affiliates with no patience, we are going to probably quit like 99% of the people do when they start. They may create 10 or 20 pieces of content, and they expect to see traffic immediately. And then when they don't see traffic immediately, they say, oh, this doesn't work. And I've proven that over the years through generating consistent content, whether it be daily, weekly, monthly. As long as you're consistent, you'll find that over time, it starts to snowball, and you start to get traffic and you start to get results in your business, okay? So you need that patience. Depending on how much you can work per hour or how much you can generate throughout your own work will dictate how long you need to wait to see results. We also have to learn from failure. Basically, this is a business just like anything else, and a lot of successful business owners will learn from their mistakes and change the way they do things in the future. If you get discouraged or upset, or you feel bad about yourself because you've made mistakes, rather than using those opportunities to learn what you could do differently, then you need to change that mindset, and you need to come out and understand that every time we fail, we're learning something new, and we're going to apply that as we move forward in our business. So this is a growing curve. We're going to be learning. We're going to be learning new things. We're going to grow. In fact, I've been doing this for 23 years, and every single day I'm learning something new, especially in today's day and age with AI and automations and the different types of content we can create and all of that kind of stuff. Okay. So lastly, the biggest one I want to cover is that you need to, if you're in a shell and you're shy and you're scared to get started because you're timid and maybe you're not sure about yourself, then one of the best ways to beat that, sorry, I dropped my pen. One of the best ways to beat that is to surround yourself with people who have had success. So join online communities, participate in conversations, join social media groups about your business model, and start to see what others are doing. Watch others and learn from them, okay? That is how we get out of that kind of shyness around our business or maybe our insecurities. And if we can beat those feelings with confidence, then you're going to see much better success. Okay, so that's the mindset side of things of affiliate marketing I wanted to cover, because I really wanted to cover that. We're going to go into my computer now, and we're going to start talking about a few other things when it comes to affiliate marketing, and we're going to get into the actual action plan now of covering, the action plan of what we're going to be doing next as an affiliate. Okay, so the first thing we need to do the first thing I need to do if I'm starting out as an affiliate is I need to decide if I'm going to do a personal brand or am I going to create a business brand. So that's one of the biggest things we need to discover or create here is a brand, a trustable brand. So for example, you're watching my YouTube channel. That is a personal brand of myself, Joey Babineau, and Powerhouse Affiliate, which is my website that trains affiliate marketers. And that part of my business is a personal brand. However, I have another, part of my business that is not a personal brand. It's a business brand. And those are the pieces of content that I create and the ads I create to generate revenue from affiliate offers. And I also earn affiliate commissions from my personal brand side. So for you, when you're first starting out, and if I was starting out today, like this day and age, 0 following, I would start with a business brand, okay? Now, for example, I'm going to be using an example in today's video, okay? If I was starting with a business brand, I would start by choosing a niche topic. And for me, I have a lot of experience in running niches, but a lot of people get scared about the niche they pick, and they wonder if they picked the proper niche, and they're worried about competition. They're worried about, is that going to make a lot of money? And those are valid concerns. In fact, we do want a niche where people are going to spend money, but for competition and the strategies we're going to be using here, that's not as much of a concern anymore as it used to be, because we're not going after blog posts. We're not trying to rank a blog post in Google anymore. That strategy of affiliate marketing just doesn't really pan out like it used to. So if you try and create 1,000 blog posts, even over the course of a year, your traffic from that won't be quite as high as it used to be when you used to be able to compete with less blogs. And now everybody's able to automate blogs. So there's even more content there. And now we even have AI giving most people the answers that they need when they go to search engine. So we're going to talk about a strategy that I would be using today to get traffic for free. Then we'll go to the next part. But basically the part here we want to talk about is branding. So for me, I'm picking a business brand. And this will be different for whoever's watching this video. Maybe you do want to do a personal brand. Maybe you're really good at AI and you want to talk about AI for your business model, and you'll start recommending products around AI and automation systems and all of that kind of stuff. Some people might be interested in gardening and they want to do their own personal gardening blog and channel, okay? Or social media, whatever it is. So you need to pick that, and you need to decide, are you going to be the person, or is it going to be your business? So in other words, for me, let's say I'm going into finance. I want to get into finance. I've been wanting to do finance for years. I just never did. I create a finance brand, something that I can use for a domain name. I buy that domain name, and everything I do from this point forward will be about finance, everything, okay? All my content's gonna be about finance, personal finance, all the things you can do with personal finance, like mortgages, insurance, whatever, auto insurance and home services. All of these things fall into finance. And so I'm going to build a brand around that. I'm not going to be the face of this, but I can still build a bunch of content and a brand around it, okay? So next, we're going to move into goals, okay? We need to define our goals, because if we don't have a clear plan before we go in of what we want to accomplish, well, then what's the point? We're just kind of flying around hoping for the best, and we're not hitting any particular goals. So, I mean, do we even know if we're having success or not, okay? So a lot of people will come up with a monetary goal. Like, how much do you want to make every single month or every single day? And that's a great goal to have, but there are other goals that we can use to get to that major goal. Let's say you want to make $10,000 a month and you want this to be your life-changing income that you need to finally break free from your 9-to-5 job. What is that number going to be? And what is it going to be that's going to make you happy to know that it's going to come in every single month? And if it doesn't come in one month, that's okay, because you'll have enough from the previous work that you've done, and that you'll be able to push yourself along as you keep going, okay? So that amount, let's say it's $10,000 a month. So for me, if I was starting out, I think a good number and a good realistic number is $10,000 a month profit, okay? I want to make $10,000 a month profit, but there's other goals we can put here. Like, my goal is to work 5 to 10 hours every single week on this business until a certain point, and then I'm going to increase those hours, because this isn't a part-time. I mean, it can be a part-time. I started part-time, but if you want to make a full living and you want to be scaling to the moon, there's a lot of work to be done. You're going to need more than 3 or 4 hours a week here, okay? So all the gurus out there saying you can do a 4-hour work week, it's kind of not true. You need to be able to, even if you have automations in place, which we're going to be talking about here, you need to monitor those you need to monitor your automations. You need to make sure they're working constantly. You need to monitor a small team of people that might be doing that for you. And you also need to, have your banking set up. You need to be able to collect wires from your partners that are paying you. You need to create new partnerships with other affiliate programs out there, which we're going to talk about here in a second. But these are all things that we're doing on a daily basis as an affiliate marketer. So to say that you're only doing 2 or 3 hours a week is foolish. You need to come to a goal of saying, I want to commit at least 10 hours a week to this. I'm doing probably 30 hours a week myself. My automations are doing other things. Of course, in the behind the scenes, I have people working for me also that are doing things for me. But 30 hours a week. So let's say I work 5 or 6 days a week, a few hours a day. And then for the rest of the afternoon, I can go golfing. I can do whatever I want, but whatever it is, that's my goal. Okay. I want to do that. I want to have $10,000 a month profit, and there we go. So there's other goals too you could have. You could have a goal of, perhaps I want to have 1,000 followers on my YouTube channel by the end of June or whatever month you're in. You just pick how many months it's going to take. So you want to make sure that these goals are what they call SMART goals. So they're specific, measurable, actionable, I believe, and then I can't remember the other two. But I've talked about SMART goals before, and I like the idea of having specific goals on a timeline. I think timeline is the T. But anyway, the point is, make sure that these goals are measurable, so that at the end of the day, you could say, did I accomplish my goal or not? Okay, a goal of being happy is great, but it's not quite as measurable as did you get 1,000 subscribers in 2 months? Okay, so that's what I'm talking about with goals. Now that we've got all the mindset, the goals, we understand the business model, and we understand that we need to create a brand, and maybe we've picked a niche and a brand topic, what do we do next? What is the actual step-by-step? So a lot of people will go right into creating a website. Boom, let's make a website. Yes, okay? But that is not actually the next step. The next step is to think about how you're going to monetize your business. And you see, affiliate marketing has so many ways of monetization that a lot of people confuse affiliate marketing with what is actually a business, and they kind of mesh everything together. Some things are affiliate marketing, some things aren't affiliate marketing, but we can combine this to make our income and our revenue model kind of diversified, we'll say. For example, let us say I want to provide my visitors and my audience something for free so that I can collect their emails. Now I've collected their email, and now I can send them a product perhaps that I've created using AI. I could create a 100-page guide on how to completely organize your personal finances for the better. This is obviously just something I made up off the top of my head. I would probably use AI to come up with some really good ideas for a product that I could sell these people. Perhaps a guide for $10 or $20. You can buy it $19.95. You get this guide. It's going to teach you how to completely change your life with new financial advice and tips on how to save money for retirement, whatever it is. That is not affiliate marketing. That is actually me creating my own product and selling it to people. And so that could be combined, though, with an email follow-up where now I'm saying, well, hey, you got the guide for $20, but now maybe you're interested in this auto insurance offer where you could save $600 a year on auto insurance, okay? That would be an affiliate link. So now I've combined my own product, my own email list, with an affiliate system in the back end. So the step here is we need to come up with how we're going to monetize our business. And we need to have that ahead of when we start building, okay? Because we need to write all this stuff down. Make sure you have your pen here, because we need to have our plan in place in our brains or on a spreadsheet or on some kind of bubble software that shows you what you're working towards. Because a lot of people will start affiliate marketing and all of a sudden they forget what their goal was, what they were doing. Why am I doing this? Where does this fit into my business model? Okay. So we're at the point now where we're trying to establish relationships and find affiliate offers and decide if we want to create our own product, because we need to build this first before we start getting traffic. Because if we're just sending traffic to a blank page, what's the point? Okay. Traffic comes later once we've established our model. So if you need more clarity on that, first of all, if you've gotten this far, thank you very much. And I would appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel, because there's a lot more to this. But let's pull up my screen now, because I want to start getting into some more right here. Okay, so all of this is explained in one of our courses at Powerhouse Affiliate. The first one is called Affiliate Marketing Certification. Now, I'm covering a little bit more in today's video, but for the nitty-gritty, in-depth stuff, like how to build a website, how to choose a niche, how to do research and find the right stuff, and how to build a budget, and all the stuff about web hosting and content strategy. All of that is in this first course at Powerhouse Affiliate, okay? You can get access to that course. There's also a free workshop down below for the multi-channel workshop, which we're kind of talking about today. We're talking about a multi-channel system here. So I'm going to be not covering too much depth on some of the topic here, but I wanted to make sure that you knew that there are resources here available where we talk about some of the things here. Okay, so the next thing we need to do, now that we've set up our income stream, we're going to build our website, okay? And again, we cover that right here with web hosting, WordPress. We talk about the content and monetization. So we're talking affiliate offers here. We're going to find some great affiliate offers that we can use in our system, and we're going to set up our freebie. So I'm highly recommending, and where I would start myself today is I would start by offering a freebie to my audience. So I would have my website set up, and then I would have a freebie like 17 super easy ways to save over $40,000 or over $10,000 a year, we'll say, something realistic. And that would be a free guide that I'm offering people. So I would be setting up my squeeze page. I would be setting up my email capture to collect emails. And now, again, we have a full course on email marketing that goes through the setup of your funnel and your autoresponder. This is what I'm doing starting affiliate marketing today. Because let's just think about having an email list right away. When you start, and once we get into traffic generation, we are going to be building traffic from third-party platforms. That's how we build traffic online. We either buy ads on Google or Facebook or any other platform out there, or we create content on these same platforms, and those platforms will send the traffic back to our website for free organically. That's basically how we get traffic in today's day and age. The point here is when we do that type of business model of affiliate marketing and getting traffic, we don't necessarily own the traffic. So if Google ever decides, or let's just use Instagram for an example. If Instagram decides that my content is no longer relevant for their audience, they don't want me as a creator anymore, then they could immediately just shut me down. And in fact, not even that, maybe somebody hacks into my Instagram account and I lose access. These things happen to creators. These things happen to content producers. Somebody could hack into your website and take all of your content. Hopefully that never happens because that's worse off. But or somebody hacks into your Facebook ad account. All of these things can happen. But if you own your email list and you have a system to fall back on where you have an asset in your business, you can always generate some revenue while you figure things out moving forward. And that is why we build email marketing lists. Now, there are other ways we can create our own asset. We can collect phone numbers from people. If we have a certain business model where it makes sense for them to give us their phone number, then we can do SMS messaging. We can do that kind of push out, or you can do notifications through a push subscriber list. So think of things like OneSignal. There's your first tool that I could mention here. OneSignal is a tool that we could use to collect push subscribers. And then eventually, if we start finding that we're collecting millions of subscribers, that's when you start thinking about building out your own push subscriber system using automation and AI. But those are ways we can collect our own traffic and own it. Okay. So the easiest way for most people, and as me, myself, starting out today as an affiliate, is to build an email list. There are tools out there we can use. In fact, if you check this course out, we talk about the top tools you can use. You can come in here at powerhouseaffiliate.com and go through this email marketing course. It's very short, seven lessons, but they're in depth. And they talk about how we can set this up for ourselves. Okay, so we've gotten to the point now where we've set up our income stream. We have some emails in our flow so that message one gives them what we promised, whether it's our own product. And if it is your own product, then I could do a completely separate video on how to set up your own product and collect payments. For me, I use Stripe. That's my payment processor, or PayPal. WooCommerce is a great plugin for WordPress. These are tools that you can use to create your own guide and sell it to people. And then you're also going to have affiliate products where you're going to go to affiliate networks, CPA networks in particular for this niche, which is finance. I'm going to go find auto loan offers. I'm going to go find auto insurance offers. I'm going to find home equity lines of credit, remortgage offers. We're going to find life insurance, windows and repair, roofing, all of these things that people need financially to help them, protect their investments and all that kind of stuff. That's the type of offer that I'm going to be sending in my email follow-ups. So we're 25 minutes in, and we've just gotten to the point where we have set up our system, okay? And all of this could be accomplished in a week, okay? The longest part of this for anybody, if you have no experience whatsoever, a lot of the things can be done now following a system like what I'm showing you here, but also using AI to help you come up with ideas, using AI to tell you how to set up WordPress, how to set up your hosting, how to all of these things, but it's also covered in here. And the other thing that we're going to be spending a lot of time on is applying to affiliate networks and getting access to affiliate offers. Now, inside our community at Powerhouse Affiliate, we do offer our paid members access to certain offers that they typically couldn't get if they were just starting out on affiliate marketing, because we have a history of building relationships with affiliate networks. And all over the 23 years of me being an affiliate, I actually own an affiliate network myself. where it's very private, so it's not public. But we do have relationships with very good advertisers who have top tier offers directly. So that's where you're going to be spending a lot of your time, is finding affiliate offers for your model. And you're not going to start sending traffic until you have these affiliate offers set up on your website, you have your email list set up, and you're ready to go. This is where we get into traffic. This is the part where now we need to decide our system of generating massive amounts of traffic and where we're going to send that traffic. Now, for me, I am going to be sending all of my traffic to my free offer, which will be the free guide for people on how to, whatever, let's just call it how to save $10,000 a year or whatever, okay? We'll call it that. And then I'm going to have a guide. I'm going to give it away for free, and I'm going to collect their email. And in that guide is going to be 10 legit ways that they can save money, even by using some of the services that I'm recommending through my affiliate links. So you can save $600 a year on auto insurance. Here is a free system that will find you the lowest rates of auto insurance in your region. Enter your zip code to begin. That would be the first offer in the ebook, okay, which is an affiliate offer. And that is how I would set this up. So I'd have about 10 to maybe 20 different ways to save money, all of which could be a way to angle it into a affiliate offer. And this could work quite well. So now we get into the content. For me, and for the way the world is going, I feel that search engine optimization using Google is not where I want to spend my time. I want to spend my time on getting faster results. And from my own experience and from my own business model that I'm running right now for Powerhouse Affiliate, I am finding that I'm getting better results creating YouTube videos, creating Instagram posts, which I just started doing recently, by the way. I deleted 300 Instagram posts today because they were all crap and they were developed without actually understanding the platform. And once you understand how these platforms work, you realize that if you just change a few things and do the things that are required for these specific platforms, you can actually get results fast. So let's talk YouTube. For me, I'm starting with YouTube, and then I'm going to repurpose my content from YouTube onto platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest. So that can all be automated using AI or tools. In fact, the tool I'm using right now is called Content Studio. So if I create a video like you're watching today, this video can be chopped up into 100 different short videos, and I can then use that content to distribute out to my Instagram, out to my TikTok, X, all my other platforms. And by the way, if you want to follow me on Instagram, follow Day Job Hacks. So it's at Day Job Hacks. That is my new Instagram. I'm posting daily on Instagram and starting to already see more views in my last 6 posts than I've seen in about probably 100 posts I did before. It's just funny how it works if you do it properly. So we're going to be talking about YouTube today as the free source of content. And the reason why, but we're going to get into paid ads too in a minute. But the reason why I'm picking YouTube is because YouTube is like the new way of doing SEO for a lot of people. And what I mean by that is you can rank nicely on Google search results just by doing videos. And also, a lot of people don't want to do videos. It's too much work. They think it's, a waste of time, but really, it's probably one of the fastest way to get ranked. And Google themselves have openly admitted that new channels are getting more impressions, meaning more people are seeing your channel, even if you're a small little guy. Because they want to encourage creation of new content and new creators. So they're rewarding newbies and new content creators. So I would start a new channel on finance. And you're probably asking now, would I put my face on those videos? And in this particular example, I would say no. I'm not going to be using a face. I'm going to have a faceless YouTube channel. And if you were to go search right now on the internet how to create a faceless YouTube channel. You'd probably see 1,000 videos on how to do this. Now myself, the tools I am going to be using to do this are N8N Automation, which is a automation software that will go out and first of all find topics to talk about. It will then compile those into maybe say 50 different content ideas. It could write the scripts. It could then go and pull out all the images and video that I want to use from whatever provider I want to use for my imagery and my videos. Then it could compile those and add text and add captions, and then everything could be automated. It's building that automation that's going to be the biggest issue. Now, you can also do this yourself. If you're a good video editor, you can use video editing tools. I use Camtasia. That's what I use for my videos. You can also use CapCut. That's another one. There's Canva, another tool. Those are all tools that you can use. And you can create short videos, probably to start, to try and get a following. But if you want to get people clicking and going to your website, then long form video is where I find I get the best results in terms of getting people to sign up or getting people to purchase my product. So in this case, when I first start, I'm not going to sell a product. I'm just going to give away free content and use the affiliate back end to make revenue. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be doing your basic SEO that you would normally do, search engine optimization. You find specific keywords, and the type of content I'm going to be creating is how-tos or helpful videos on how you can perhaps get a mortgage, how to save a down payment for a house, how to save money with these 10 tips on fixing your house up. Maybe you need better windows because you could save $300 a year on heat, whatever it is. Okay, so these are the types of pieces of content that we're going to create. So this is where AI comes in quite handy, because now we can create content. We don't really need me on the screen here. Okay, so here we are again. And basically, this is where I'm going to be creating content around particular topics. How to is a way to go. It's a great piece of information. Doing case studies depending on your niche, or like if you're running a gardening channel, you could say, I planted these seeds 3 months ago, and then like switch to another video where here's 3 months later, and then this is the result. So people like to see results in their videos. If I'm doing finance, I'm doing perhaps top investment strategies for retiring by 50, all of these things. And AI is where this is really going to come into play, because I can use AI now to come up with topics. I'm going to create a list of items, and my goal here for YouTube will be at least 2 long form videos per week and perhaps 1 short video every single day. And this can be automated again because we're not using my face. So this, once you have your automation in place and you've set it up using a tool like N8N, or you hire somebody to build you that out for you using Upwork or Fiverr, you can get people to build these automations for you. Now you can just be on autopilot, and it's producing content every single day with the right descriptions, links back to your freebie, and you're starting to build that email list and get traffic that way. That's the free version of traffic that I would be pursuing. And then we're repurposing all of our content on places like, so you start with one. You're not going out and you're not posting on TikTok. You're not always posting on Instagram. Pick your platform. If you want to do Instagram, do Instagram. If you want to do TikTok, do TikTok. But what I'm saying here is, if you're doing Instagram, for example, you're going to be doing Reels. That's where we're getting the best results. So you're doing video. And so you do a short video, maybe even a caption video, whatever it is, repurpose it, put it on TikTok, put it on YouTube Shorts, and put it on Pinterest. And now you've got 4 platforms that you're building, but you're only producing 1 piece of content. And that's the way I would go about that. And again, this can all be automated for each platform. So now we've got the free traffic strategy out of the way. Again, we describe all of that again in the multi-channel strategy multi-channel course that I've got here at Powerhouse Affiliate. But you don't really need to go through that course if you can follow the gist and you know how to set these things up, okay? Next, we're going to talk about paid advertising. So for myself, I've generated, actually, let me pull up a video, or I'll just pop the video. There's a video of me that I talked about how I spent over $7 million on Google ads. Now, over the course of my career as an affiliate, I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on native ads, we'll say. We'll say tens of thousands of dollars on push ads, millions on Google, and millions on Facebook. So take what you will from that. But for me, I've decided that the two best platforms for me are Facebook and Google. Now, when you're first starting out, and if I was first starting out in this particular niche, I would be starting in finance. I would probably start with, to be honest, I would probably start with Facebook. The reason why is because it's a little bit more scalable, and it's not going to be as expensive, I feel, as Google ads. But this is going to be different for a lot of people because depending on your niche, for example, if you're doing gardening, you might find that YouTube ads works best, or something like Facebook ads where you can target people based on their interests. But this is a whole different rabbit hole we could go down in terms of traffic, because for me, with finance running on Facebook, I have to go full broad because it's a financial products type of offer. And there's a whole bunch of different rules for these traffic platforms that I'm not going to get into in this video. The point here I want to make is you need to pick one traffic source. If you're not sure what traffic source you want to use for paid ads, depending on your niche, it's going to dictate what traffic sources you are allowed to use. For example, if you're getting into sports betting, you're not going to be running ads on Facebook or Google. It's too risky. You're probably going to lose your ad account. So you would resort to native ads or push ads or email. You might buy from an email subscriber, other people sell access to their email lists, so you could perhaps do it that way. Or you would just continue building out your free traffic strategy to generate more free traffic to your email subscriber list. You could be like, hey, join our list and we'll give you this year's top 10 picks for the NFL fantasy draft, whatever it is, and describe your giveaway. And you could build that free, or you could start to run paid ads through the platforms I mentioned. So your offer and your business model is going to dictate what traffic source you use. Now, if you're not sure on that, come into our community at Powerhouse Affiliate and ask. There's people in here that have spent millions of dollars on ads for affiliate marketing. They know what will and will not work for your or what you might have a better chance with if you use a traffic source. But the key point here is use only one at first and figure it out. Because a lot of people, they start and they come in and they try multiple different traffic sources for their affiliate offers, and they find that maybe they have a budget of $1,000, maybe $2,000. They go to two different traffic sources. Now you're splitting you're splitting your budget into two. Now you're split testing two different types of traffic. Now, if you want to split test landing pages within those two traffic sources, you've just divided your budget into four. You've got two landing pages on each traffic source. Then you want to split test your targeting. Your budget's starting to run thin here. If you stick to one traffic source like Google or Facebook and say, I have $2,000, I'm going to go in and I'm going to try my one offer. You're not going to be running multiple offers. Maybe start with your email subscriber page. Maybe have two opt-in pages, split test your two opt-in pages and see which page gets the most subscribers based on the money you've spent. There's your winner. That's what you start working with. And then this is how we scale our business. We start saying, well, okay, now we can jack the budget up a bit more because we know that each subscriber we get into this funnel is worth this much money because we've already set up our monetization. We know that when we get 100 subscribers, we're making about $50, we'll say, as an example. Based on how many people go through the entire funnel, we'll make about $50. That means for 50 cents a subscriber, you would break even. So if you're spending 50 cents per subscriber to build your email list and you're breaking even, that to me is good because now you've built an email list for free. If you're making more, let's say you're making $1 per subscriber and it only costs you 50 cents to get them. Heck, now you're really crushing it. Now it's time to jack that budget and max out that traffic source before going to the next traffic source. So that's how we're doing this. And if you want like more details on how I run Google Ads, check out the Google Ads Masterclass down below. We have a masterclass where I talk about how not to get banned, how to properly set up your landing pages. I talk about different strategies. We don't have to always send to a squeeze page. We can send to a product information page. We could send to a listicle. We could send to a branded page, whatever it is. There's multiple different strategies, and there's different bidding strategies. There's different keywords we could be targeting, because with Google, you can start now doing search traffic. So whatever somebody's searching in the search engine, we can put our ad right up in front of them. So that is the traffic strategy that I'm going to be using. We're going to be using a free traffic strategy followed up with a paid ads strategy. So now let's just talk about some more topics. I've got 5 more things I want to cover, but quickly. I'm not going to ramble on anymore. I've gone on 41 minutes today. So part 1 of this follow-up summary is the email list. I highly recommend, and what I would do is start building this email list early. Get in there. You can use free tools like the ones that we mentioned in Powerhouse Affiliate. You can start building your list for free. And low-cost tools that you can access, that you can start building that list early, okay? So we're going to do that because we don't want to wait till we're big and then build an email list. It just doesn't make sense. Like, a lot of people will start out and they just want to come in and they want to go straight to making a commission on their first click, right? But if you start to have the right mindset and think about this is something that you need to invest time and money in to build a real business, okay? Now, systems and automation is the next phase of this. They're all of the things that I've talked about today in terms of building your business. Everything can now be automated, and we don't need to spend as much money on monthly subscriptions. And the tool that I've been using lately is N8N. And while I'm trying to learn it myself, I also know that it took me 8 hours yesterday to try and figure out one simple task. And I'm not above just reaching out to somebody that's professional on Upwork or on Fiverr or some friends of mine and just say, look, I will pay you to set up this automation, because I know myself that if I get them to set up that automation, it's going to save me hours and hours of work every single week. So the first automation, for example, that I've got working, and that is something I'm working towards sharing with the Powerhouse affiliate community, is let's say somebody comments on my Instagram post and they say the word workshop or whatever keyword that comes up. I can now automate a response to that person and send them a link to my freebie. So in this case, if I do some content around finance, I can say comment finance and we'll send you the free guide. And as soon as they comment that word, not only does it help my Instagram post gain traction because more people are commenting and the algorithm likes that, but I'm also able to send them a message without flagging the spam bots because they've interacted with me first. And I believe that this is a great automation, and that's just one small tiny idea amongst a whole list of automations that I'm working on right now for my business. And you can see those automations. You can actually join free at Powerhouse Affiliate. Just go to powerhouseaffiliate.com/workshop. You can join our workshop for a traffic strategy. As well, you'll get access to our community, free access to our free sections of the community, and you can start asking about automations because there's going to be a lot more about automation coming up. Next, that brings me right into the next part, is communities and networking. As an affiliate marketer, we need to stay fully aware of what's happening. Sometimes, I'm going to use an example. A friend of mine recently had to go to the hospital, and he was in the hospital for a couple of weeks. And he said when he came out of the hospital that he felt like he missed a few months because he wasn't sure if he missed anything because so much is happening. Every single day, something new, some new kind of automation, some new traffic strategy, whatever it is. Don't get distracted by that by any stretch, but maybe join a couple of newsletters just so that you can be part of the know. Join a community like Powerhouse Affiliate. We mail out once a week based on what I feel is important. I do the final review on that email. If it meets my expectations of what I want to know about. After doing this for 23 years, or I avoid the fluff. There's no fluff in there. It's just kind of, these are some of the things. And in the community, I post regularly as well as some other people do as well. So you'll see what what challenges we face, what we're doing on a daily basis. Now, I'm not saying this is the only community. There's many out there. There's Lift, there's Warrior. Warrior Forum might be dying out a bit, but there's some newsletters like the Stacked Marketer newsletter. Check that one out. And then there's some news sites as well that I frequent on a daily basis, just to kind of look and see what I just read headlines now, but basically that's what I do. Next, we're going to talk about scaling. Scaling is a part of our business that we need to figure out, but it's not going to start right at the start of your business. You need to do all the other things first. Set it up, and then you're going to start analyzing data. So we're going to need systems like CPV Lab Pro is the tracking system I use. We're going to be using Google Analytics. All of these are described in our training. And we're going to be using those systems to find opportunities to perhaps focus on what's actually working. We're going to be looking at our analytics inside our YouTube channel or whatever platform you decide for social media, whether it be YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram, or Pinterest, whatever it is. And you're going to be looking at those analytics and seeing what content is working for you and your audience. And you're going to start creating more content like that. And you're going to start to understand your audience. So all of this stuff, you're not going to know right away. You're going to learn this as you go. I mean, our course can give you some basic knowledge and some how-tos of setting this up. But unless you take action and do it yourself and go through, you're going to learn unless you do it, you're not going to learn is what I mean. You're going to learn from mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. You're probably going to lose a little bit of money every now and then on things that you tried that didn't work. That's what our business is. We try things and we find things that work, and we find pockets of traffic that pay us handsome results. Okay. And that's what you're looking for. So last thing, long-term asset building. That's the last thing I want to finish on. What we're doing here by creating a website, by creating a brand, by creating an email list, is we're building something we can sell. We're building an exit plan. We need an exit plan. At some point in my life, I'm not going to be sitting here doing YouTube videos or doing Instagrams. I'm probably going to be out on a beach, golfing more, whatever it is. A lot of people build their affiliate business around paid traffic campaigns. They set up a bunch of paid traffic campaigns. Nobody wants your paid traffic campaign because as soon as they figure it out, they're just going to go copy it anyway. If you're not building an asset, you're not building something you can sell later. So that's why we're big on creating a multi-channel business where you're getting traffic from multiple different channels, and it just starts with one, okay? You don't try and build it all at once. Just slowly build it from the start. And that's how I would start affiliate marketing today. And at the end of the day, I'm going to have a big email list in finance. I'm going to have a brand in finance. I'm going to have a bunch of content ranking in finance. I'm going to have a YouTube channel that I can sell with my asset. I'm going to have an Instagram following that I can sell with my asset. I'm going to have a TikTok following that I can sell, a Pinterest following, all of that combined into one big business that I can sell off to the next person to take the reins and say, keep it going. Here you go. And that is how I would start affiliate marketing today. If you have questions, comments, anything else, something I didn't cover, you can comment below. I will do my best to answer you, or come into the community at Powerhouse Affiliate. Check the workshop link down below, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.